Hi, so today we're going to show how to make our olive soap. So I believe all of you know that we have been selling lots of olive soap, but how is it made and what is it made of and the entire process. So today I'm going to show how to make the olive soap. This is the bar that we've just made last week. So and it is very nice and it's freshly made and it's still quite sticky a bit and it hasn't been cured. All soaps making, we need to cure for at least 4 weeks. So for our olive soaps, we actually cure all of our soaps at least 3 months to 6 months. So some of you has been done with soap receiving, you touch the soaps, they are like sticky, they are like quite big bar compared to what we sell out there because we actually cure them in temperature controlled room, which is about 25 degrees Celsius, and also keep the humidity level at about 40 to 50. Okay, so I'm sure that you're curious what is humidity level. So the humid level in our normal the current like indoor condition or even outdoor condition is at least 70 to 80. So in a temperature or humidity room control, we keep it to about 40 to 50 so that it can dries up quickly and also keep the bar solid, hard, and also lather well. Okay, we're going to show what is the ingredients that required to make for our olive soap. There are olive oil, so Western Australian olive oil, that fresh, actually extracted from the farm, and then it's sent it to our makers directly from Western Australia. And filtered water, it has to be filtered water, yeah, so we can't take any water from the tap or we can't take it from cooked or boiled water, and it has to be filtered water so that there are not a lot of the minerals left over in our soaps, then it will actually impact the soap quality. Okay, and next, what is the this is sodium hydroxide, or we call it NOH, and in Chinese we actually call it like jiang sui. Sounds very terrible, right? Yes, it is a very strong chemical and it is highly explosive, and also it will create a lot of heat. Why do we need these strong chemicals? Okay, in order to make a bar of soap, you need to combine both this water and also the oil. I'm sure you know how to mix it. When you put it into the cup, the oil and the water, you will definitely see a layer of oil left on top, right? And then there's the separations, we call it. Okay, when there's a separations, how do you blend two together? So hence we need these sodium hydroxides to combine both of them. The entire process is called saponification. Okay, when this added, combine both water and oil, after saponifications of at least 30 days, this will be gone, 100% gone. Okay, meaning the bar of soaps that you're using now will not have this component left over in your soap, and it will become left of these two. And how does it become this solid bar, right? And that's where we need to cure. Why do we cure longer? And we will need the water content in the soaps to be evaporated. So what is the ingredients of our soaps? Simple, right? It's olive oil, filtered water, and the sodium hydroxide. Only 3. Okay? And what about those, you ask me, what about lavender soap? What is the ingredient? Then we have one more ingredient, which is the essential oil. Okay? So you'll be surprised how much of the ingredient do we use in the soaps. Alright? So today we're going to show to make about 1 kilo worth of the soaps. We're going to make it in this mold. Okay? We have this mold. Okay, so that you can see how much that we're going to make. This is going to be 1 kilo worth of soaps that we're going to make. How much of oil we're going to use? We're going to use 750 grams of Australian olive oil that we're going to use. And guess what? Every 1 kilo worth of soaps, how much essential oil do we put in it? We actually put 2 bottles of this essential oil into these soaps. So that's why our soap is so expensive, right? Yeah. Okay, so now we'll start. First thing first is we're gonna measure the olive oil. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to put 750 grams of olive oil. That's how much of olive oil we need to make in 1 kilogram of soaps. So next thing, what do we do is we measure this slide. I will show here. This is how lye look like, or NOH, or sodium hydroxide. What is the function of this? This is a humectant. If you can see, I'm going to pour it out. This is the amount of NOH that we need for today. Okay, if we keep it for a while, you will find that there are some water, like actually, appear on top of this sodium hydroxide. This is exactly how the work of the glycerin. It will absorb the humid air onto the sodium hydroxide itself. Okay, once it's actually touched water, it will actually create heat. Okay, and the temperature will go as high as almost 100 degrees. Okay, that's how dangerous it is. So that's why sometimes our soaps are like sticky. You will see some droplets of water, fine droplets of water, and that's because of this humectant, which is the sodium hydroxide. Next, we need to measure water. Okay. So we're going to split the water into two portions. The first portion is 1 to 2 grams, and we're going to pour directly into this sodium hydroxide. So I'm going to pour now. So when we pour that in, then you see the gas. The gas is highly toxic, yeah. So that's why we need to wear our mask if possible. So now I'm going to stir. See the heat or even some smoke coming out. Now we will measure the heat. Okay. The temperature now is 95 degrees. So that's how hot it is. And we will need to wait until it is between 60 to 70 degrees. Then we will pour the sodium hydroxide into this olive oil.
A few moments later.
Now we'll measure the second batch of water with 80 ml. Why do we separate into two batches of water? Because it will help to trace faster. Okay, what is trace? Trace is actually meaning that we actually blend the whole soap's ingredients and mixture to become sticky or fully blend. Then it will actually become trace. Later on, I'm going to show how is it trace. Okay. Many customers do ask us why our soaps color are different even though they are buying the same type of soap. So now we can explain very easily, right? Even the same batch of oil we use, we make it at different time, probably different temperature, or probably we do a slight difference of time that we use to make it, and that's why the color is also slightly different. So when we first make the soap, you will have the strongest color. Either it will be in a very green condition or a very yellow. Then after we cure for about 2-3 months, the color will definitely be lighter because number one, it has exposed to the air as well as the sunlight. Okay, all these environment factors will actually affect the color and also the weight of the soaps. So the whiter the soaps, what does it mean? The wider it is means that we have cured for a very long time. Okay, so most of the time we cure 3 to 6 months for all our soaps. For example, the one that we actually cured for 6 months, it will be very white and smaller bar. Why it is a smaller bar? Because after the water has been evaporated, and that's why the soap bar becomes smaller. So we normally make the soaps probably 110 to 120 gram. After the entire curing process, it will reduce to 90, 95, and some even go down to 85. That explains some soaps look smaller than what of other soaps. That's because of that. Stir one more time. We will blend both together. We have to sieve it out so that some of the hardened one will not into it. Okay, I'm going to use the blender now. Okay, first round. So with this one, now we will add second round of water. See the color? So before I pursue further, I add the essential oil. Okay, as mentioned, for this 1 kilo of soaps, we will need 1 to 2% of the essential oil. 90% of our soaps are using 20 ml of the essential oil. So that will be final round. Okay, how do we know the trace is ready? So that's how you see when we draw around a circle, you will see the mark. It will not sink in. So this is when it is ready to put into the mold. Okay, so now we're gonna pour into the mold. 2, 3. For curing, for the first 24 hours, how do we have to settle? We actually need to cover the soaps probably in a box, right? And then cover with some blankets or cloth on top of it to preserve the heat. It will be very warm or hot for the first 24 hours before it gets hardened. It will take like probably 2 to 4 days, depending. Sometimes if it is too humid or too sticky, then we need slightly longer time to unmold. Hi guys, this is 4 days later and our soaps have dried up. Okay, so I think it's a good time to really unmold it and cut it. First thing first, this is how slightly lighter color because some of the water has been evaporated, but still smell good of lemongrass. Let's wait and see how heavy is this soap. More than a kilo, 1012. Curing for 1 month, it will be lighter by at least 10 to 15%. See, this is how the soaps look like now. At this point of time, a bit greenish, yellowing. After a month, it will be even whiter. There you go.